Last week we shared about how fall in the Smoky Mountains means an abundance of color and cool, crisp air moving in. Here on Fontana Lake specifically, fall also means water temps and lake levels dropping. As a reminder, Fontana Lake is dam controlled and intentionally lowered up to 65 feet each winter for the purpose of creating space in the reservoir to hold back floodwaters from winter snowmelt and spring rains. Typically, the water levels are lowered pretty steadily and the water is released out of the bottom of the dam, which continues on as the Little Tennessee River. But every now and again, large amounts of water are released all at once out of the spillway gates, creating an absolutely spectacular sight to see. There she blows. And that's just happening all day. Just as I was wondering to myself why they were spilling in the first place, I ran into Captain Carl, who you may recall from previous episodes as a friend, beloved employee at the marina, and my volunteer sailing instructor. Carl also just knows everything about everything when it comes to Fontana, so I figured he'd probably have more info than I did.
This is the only way they can let water go at this point in time, and they're trying to maintain the lake level with the rain and so forth that's occurring right now.
So something is like broken?
They mentioned something had stopped working, and so they came in early in the middle of the night to work on it.
Huh.
If they have to do a big release, they're releasing it from both openings, at which time it's twice as high.
Wow.
And then it's really quite incredible.
Let me know if you ever see that happening so I can take a video.
Yeah, I'll text you the minute I see that. Because you never know when they're going to stop it. So I'm glad you got to see it.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy your bike ride today.
You better hurry for them.
I know.
Get to work. You know how that is.
Well, I hear you got a slave driver of a boss.
Oh, he is the nicest guy in the world.
Oh.
And he's doing a really good job.
Oh. Thanks, Carl. 82 years old, y'all. He bikes like 10 miles every morning. Home. Brandon's already hard at it, getting things situated for our big move. Cutting our water off. Hey, bear! Hey. I'm gonna go change clothes and eat, but after that, it is true, we are moving. I don't know how many times I can say that and fake you guys out, but we are quite literally moving the house. Yeah, it's time. Our back lines are really taut. The lake's been dropping, and it's time to scoot out away from the bank and be in a deeper part of the lake. When it comes to this annual water fluctuation, houseboat owners are affected in different ways depending on the location of their mooring. In many coves on the lake, the houseboats may not have 65 plus feet of water where they're moored, and so they actually end up sitting right down on the lake bed in the winter. Some houseboats are able to be moved to a slightly deeper location for the winter, and some don't have to move at all. Thankfully, as full-time liveaboards, we are able to float year-round in our little holler here called Bee Cove. That being said, there's only about 12 feet of water under our house right now, and the lake is due to drop about another 25, so we do have to move out slightly. Luckily, last February when we began building this cabin, we had perfect timing with the lake at its lowest point to hook up all of our anchor lines into the bedrock. We'd planned ahead for this exact day. The day we'd have to move our house out towards the mouth of the cove to avoid running aground as the proverbial man-made tide goes out. Although we only need 4 anchor lines, 1 off each corner of the dock, we instead installed 6. Why? So that in the summertime at full pull, we can be tucked as far back into our cove as safely possible in order to be protected from wind and boat wake, not to mention having a little more privacy. While in the wintertime, as the lack of water forces us out away from the bank, we're able to essentially abandon the back lines and use the extra set closest to the mouth of the cove as our new front anchors. The idea is pretty straightforward, but we'd be lying if we said the thought of unhooking our anchor lines for any amount of time didn't make us a little nervous. Okay, so here is a brief overview of how this is going to go down. Before we get started, we've got to get the, what is it called, baby? Kellet? The kellet. The bag of rocks off of our front line that we weight it down with, and we need to pull the bricks up off of the water line, which we've used to keep it sunk so that we don't drag those along the bottom, accidentally catch something and break the water line. And then basically we'll take the front lines, unhook them, put them on the back, completely unhook the back ones, and then use the pontoon to slowly drag this house out towards the center of the harbor, away from the bank, at which point I'll hop in the dinghy, go and grab the lines which already await us out there, and those will become our front lines. I hope that makes sense. Pretty straightforward as long as the wind doesn't pick up. Knock on wood.
Worst that happens, the house bounces into the bank, flips over, sinks.
Yeah, that's the worst that happens. Let's do it. Pack it up. It's the most I got. You think it's caught on something? That did not work. Those rocks must be caught on something. I don't know. It's like impossible to get them up with the dinghy, so we're gonna try and use the pontoon, a little more power. It's working better. Nope. I can't see it physically. Oh my God, there's a huge tree on it. That's what it is. I think you just bucked it off. I just saw it for a minute. Yeah, it's still on it, but it's sliding off. Oh, you can see it now, yeah. That's what was making it so hard, like an entire tree. There it is, yeah. Oh yeah, you just got it. You got it. Yeah. It's right there. Okay. I gotta put the camera down, sorry. Goodness gracious. Shout out again to Diver Brandon for those. Alright, step 2. Pull the water line up and get the bricks off of it. Hopefully they are not under a tree. Got it?
Yep.
Okay. No tree. Sweet. Are you helping us move the house?
So I guess what we'll shoot for here is probably get you to go to that rope first, hook it to the front, and then we'll let the house, I'll swing it over because this water line's gonna be in my way. I gotta keep it on this side.
Okay, so Turtle Rock first.
Unhook your back, hook this on it, then walk to the front, unhook it. I'll get in the pontoon boat. When you get over there, holler at me.
I don't know why this is really nerve-wracking to me. Okay. Ready, set, go?
Come to the front and unhook both fronts. Move.
There's no reason for me to be as nervous as I am. This is such a slow process. Got it. Okay.
We got 3 points of contact. Now go over and grab that other line.
Honestly, that's the hardest part out of the way, though. Even if the wind did pick up, we're good. Don't want to speak too soon. Try not to run over our neighbor's lines. I do not think this is going to reach to where we currently are. Oh, that's it. Okay, Brandon's got a solution. We're gonna hook another rope to it. Ooh, Jesus. But are we gonna move it farther out where it fits without that? We just miscalculated? All that math we did.
We know when the lake comes up, we're going to come up 45 feet. B squared equals C squared.
Darn.
I don't think we want to be this far out. Top hole in that.
Wow, look how much space we got behind us now. Phew. That feels weird. But you know what? We'll get a lot more sunlight too, not being so tucked in. You can see how much shade there already is back there, and it is like 2 p.m. By 4 p.m. we were losing it, so hopefully we'll get another hour and a half or so of sun every day.
Should we go back some?
I think this is good. We can always adjust it if we decide otherwise, now that we're safe.
Well, where it was in the tree. It's already in the shade, so.
I know, that's what I was just saying. Like, it's already losing sun back there. We should get a lot more sun here, which will be good for our solar and our warmth and happiness and mood.
We got a snake. We got.
Oh, man.
And that is how you get snakes in your boat. That little feather there. Come right up that line. Bam! I'm hanging out with the Joneses.
We do not, for the record, have any venomous water snakes in this area. We don't have water moccasins or anything. We do have timber rattlesnakes and eastern copperhead, which will swim on occasion, but no water-dwelling venomous snakes. And no, we have never had a snake on board. We get that question quite a bit. At least not at this house. We did have one while we were renovating at the surf shack. With all 4 corners anchored again and the house situated a couple hundred feet forward in its new winter home, the last step is to once again sink our mooring lines as well as our water line. It's just as important for us to be able to drive around all sides of our house for cleaning, maintenance, and Aiko's potty breaks, as it is to show a little common courtesy to other boaters like fishermen that may want to troll the bank. Even though we pay for this mooring spot, that doesn't mean that we own the water around us, so it's always best practice to try and minimize hazards to navigation. There we go. Voila! All four sides are passable.
Not bad.
Michael, you were so helpful. There was such good moral support. Thank you. Mistakes happen, but they're not the end of the world. Even when you do the Pythagorean theorem, sometimes it just doesn't work out. Sometimes your rope's just still too short. You guys will love this setup, or some of you. Look at this. For college football, he says, Heath's house just screams, I'm an entertainer.
Am I gonna be on the YouTube channel?
If you want to be, look at this. All these different little like nooks to hang out in for groups. Heath's got it going on. Look at this. The boys are all obsessed with this chair. It is a pretty cool chair.
Even these must be ball bearings because they seem to
I guess El Nino pushed early this year or something. I've never met this El Nino guy, but he sure does mess with it. You know what I mean? God.
Oh my god! Baby, don't put it in the lake.
And if they're the same as my watch when they come back here after we gone, I don't have to check them.
Yeah, get a socket set and get the bones.
You want your dog to have the bone,
Please. But yeah, when there's no water in it, those coils can get hotter than normal.
That's right on this alley.
The best street.
Okay. I said,
Although it was just a couple hundred feet difference, situating ourselves in a new spot felt something like the reset we needed to be able to officially change gears and feel prepared for the colder months ahead. In other news, don't forget that next weekend, November 3rd through 5th, is our annual Fontana Lakeshore trash cleanup. You don't need a boat to participate, you can hop on one of ours. More details in the description. Also wanted to let you guys know in advance, we'll be focusing our time and effort this coming week on preparations for the cleanup and the event itself, so there will be no video next Friday. However, you'll want to stick around for the coming weeks as we're diving back into our remodel. We've been pausing for the last few weeks to wait on our building partner to finish up a few of his own projects before getting into the nitty-gritty of this one. And for those of you who may be asking yourselves if that partner happens to be a certain familiar face, you guessed right. Jericho's back.
¿Te gusta bailar?
And we're all looking forward to making some big progress together in the coming months. Stay tuned.